Good morning, everybody. Guess what it is today? Sweater weather. It's positively chilly. I had the windows cracked open last night. It was cold. Ah, I'm so happy. I'm sorry to all of you who love the hot weather, but this is my season. Good morning, good morning. Hi, Megan. Hi, Denise. Good morning, Nicole. Hi, Kaylin. Hey, Tiff. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Andrew. Hello. I have big life-changing announcements this morning, especially for those of you who only watch me on TikTok. Um, so stay tuned. Megan says it's the time of year where I freeze my family by opening all the windows, and I love it. Yeah, I was sitting in my kitchen when the bus came in, and one of my sons comes off the bus, and I hear him yell, "Oh my god, it's so cold, I love it." I was like, "That's my November baby." He's November 3rd and I'm November 7th, so Hinkle& and Co. Productions. Oh my god, I'm catching this live. I always catch the recordings. Well, hi. Hi, Marley. Nice to connect with you live. Good morning. Oh, okay. So you're having coffee with hazelnut creamer. That sounds amazing. I'm having my coffee in this normalized magic mug that will be available on the website shortly, but I made it, you see, that's just a little bit too big, and I think it needs to scooch around this way. So that's my bad. Good thing I ordered a test. So once I figure that out, I'll put it back on. But I've got that maple oat thing in here and some fresh cinnamon. Yum. Good morning. I am feeling really good after channeling yesterday. It was a massive channeling, so much came through. Um, if you missed it, if you missed the event itself, there is going to be an incredible transcript available on my blog that Jen created. So I will be publishing that today. If you signed up for the Equinox event but you weren't there live, you will be receiving an email today that will have instructions for how you can watch the replay, and it'll be available for about 48 hours after you receive the email. And just kind of bear with me. One of my, who was at Cassie last night, was like, "Oh, Sarah's like, it's Mercury retrograde. Let's decide to launch an entirely new website and system for everything." And that's literally what I'm doing right now. So I've soft launched as of yesterday, and kind of working through the little kinks. So as you're navigating the website and getting emails from me and signing up for things, and if there's a wonkiness that you encounter, please let me know about it, because chances are I might know about it and I'm working on it, or I don't know about it and I need to just, it's a quick fix. So I'm quite aware that I did that during Mercury retrograde. I don't care. It just kind of is what it is, but technology. But I'm very excited. So make sure. So first of all, most important announcement for those of you who watch me exclusively on TikTok or Instagram or YouTube, and you do not follow me in any other way, make sure that you are signed up and receiving the Magic Notes emails. That's is me super important for you, because this next week of September is the last week that Coffee and Magic is going to be streaming live on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. I'm changing the format entirely. So next week is the last week. So what's going to end up happening is it's still free. I'm still going to be doing the Monday and Friday updates, but you're going to have to sign up for the Coffee and Magics that you want to attend, and we will be streaming that through Zoom instead. So I will no longer be doing this 3-screen rodeo that I've been doing for quite a while. It's the end of an era, but I'm hoping this actually gives us the ability to connect even more intimately in our Coffee and Magic space. And yeah, so I'm excited about that. So all you need to do is make sure you're on my mailing list, and you will get all the information you need. You can also find all the information you need now at sarahamala.com. It should be pretty straightforward and obvious to you what's going on. But if it's not, I mean, you know where to find me. But especially for my friends on TikTok that I know, like I only see you on TikTok, make sure that you are on my mailing list and that you know that after next week, which of course I'll remind you again, I will not be streaming live on these platforms. But what I will be doing live on these platforms are pop-up readings that you can enter to win. So if you want your own sensory card pull with me, we go live on either TikTok or Instagram. You can sign up to enter that on my website or the link in my bio. And I will be picking, I was saying I was going to pick, once a month, but I'll probably do a lot more than that because a lot of you are interested and I think it would be really fun. So I will be just kind of popping up here and there and doing those live readings. So make sure that's a totally different list. It's not going out to the mailing list. So make sure that you are signed up for that if you're interested. So those are big changes. Kind of big, we only do big or go home here. So make sure you're signed up. I'll be sending out an email to my entire mailing list, debuting the website and all of the features and all of the things, and also giving you a special offer through that mailing list. So make sure you're on it. And I'll be sending that out for the new moon this weekend, which is the new moon in Libra. Right? Okay. You missed most of it last night. Can't wait to watch the replay. It'll be up there. If you are an OG member, you already got an email this morning because you get it. I send it to you before everybody else. So you can thank Jen Lobo for that one because she caught me early this morning. I need to move this closer. All right. You might as well sign up on the website if you have not been getting emails from me. But if you have been getting emails from me, then I know you're on it, so I don't think you should worry about it, Megan. I think you get all my shit. Also, you're going to get an email tonight for those of you who joined the channeling. There's a link in there that asks you, hey, how did you enjoy this channeling? I'd love to have your feedback. This is going to help me so much to hear from you what the channelings mean for you and how they affect you, all that. I want to collect it in my data sheet. So please, share your words because I love when you tell me those things because I'm a projector and I like to hear it. So, thank you so much. Catherine says the channeling made me a lot less anxious about the future. I'm so glad. It was a lot of information that came through yesterday. Thank God for Jen writing it all down. Like I said, it'll be available on the blog today, which is on my website. It's going to blow you away how incredibly comprehensive her notes are and delightful. So it's a huge help. So big thanks to Jen for that. All right. I think that's it for my announcement. Oh, no, it's not. It's actually not. Is it? Yeah, let's just say that's it for now. Okay. I'm actually getting hot now. I would open the window, but it's super windy, so I feel like it's going to make too much noise in here for us. All right. So the Wednesday, so the day before equinox, I got this boom, boom, boom in my head. And it was like, you need to get some new decks for this new season and maybe one new deck. So I went over to the deck store and immediately, if you're in this area, if you're in the central PA area, the best place to get your card decks is hands down Graceful Heart in Carlisle because she has hundreds of decks unboxed on this table and you can just kind of go and intuitively feel it out, you know what I mean, and see what deck speaks to you. And that's what I usually do. So I went in there and just kind of let myself be led. And of course, it was not one deck, it was fucking 3 decks, but that is what it is. But new season, new website, new container for my business, basically new everything right now. No big deal, but I'm super excited to share with you these decks. So the first one, which is wild, is the Crow Tarot. I'm not going to be using this for sensory card pulls. I will only be using this if you are booking a one-on-one with me because this is, I don't know, this one's been really intense, but it's not for group pulls. This is for one-on-one stuff. But so I have that one, which is amazing. And the other one is the Elemental Oracle, which is really shimmery. I think we'll pull from this today, right? And then the third one is this one. Sacred Earth Oracle. I mean, right? We'll pull from this one today too. So I'm excited to add these to the mix. I love the new energy that they're bringing in. Um, it's crazy. It's crazy. I loves it. All right, let's get to it, my friend. Is it I'm getting on the road, and I'm gonna go see my friend Bridget. I haven't seen her in a couple years because she moved to Philly, and we're gonna meet and have some Indian food. Very excited. All right, Rando, where do you buy glasses? Like these glasses? This is not super interesting. These are from Lens Crafters, but that was before I knew about all these websites that allow you to buy glasses for such a cheap price. I don't know. All right, my friends. Lisa wants to do leaves, and you know what? I'm happy to do leaves. Yes, Bridge lives in Philly. We're meeting halfway in a place called Exton. Um, so we're going to have Indian food there. It's a cute little town square area in Exton. So we're meeting. It's kind of halfway, right? Either way, it's not a full drive to Philly. All right, my friends, are you ready to do this? We're gonna do leaves. I hear you, Lisa. Lisa, you usually request one, and like I've already decided what it is, and I feel bad. Oh my goodness. Okay. So we're gonna do leaves, and I'm just gonna pick the ones that are my favorite trees on my property because they're really showing out right now. So we have maple leaf, we have oak leaf, and we have locust. Okay, those are your three choices for sensory card pulls. If you are new to Coffee and Magic and you don't know what's going on, we're about to do sensory card pulls. So I'm giving you three different types of leaves. You pick the one that resonates most with you this morning, and I'm picking three separate pulls, and that will give you your message for this weekend. Okay, so maple, oak, and locust. Ooh, I just felt like a twinge in my heart about my trees. I've got a maple tree right here in front of my office window, and then just right kind of next to it is the really big oak tree, and they're just in front of my property, and I love them so much. I don't know, it just made me have feels. Okay, so maple, oak, and locust to get your sensory card pulls. And so if you're wondering, like, what is it like to do sensory card pulls, like one-on-one, if I'm going to go live with you? Kind of the same. I think I'm just going to be a little ridiculous. We'll do some card pulls and have a good time. You won't have to choose from three different things though, because card pulls are just for you. I'm excited to get started on that. I don't even know if I can wait until the 1st of October. I don't know why I put dates on anything for myself because I have zero patience. But so many of you have signed up for the free sensory card pulls to go live with me. And I just can't wait. I just can't wait to do it. So we'll see. All right, friends. Hi, Susan. You're just in time. All right. So again, you're choosing from maple, oak, or locust. Maple, oak, or locust. And we're going to do the sensory card pulls as usual. And then we're also going to get a card from the Elemental Oracle deck and the Sacred Earth Oracle. I'm pretty sure. Okay. All right. Let's do this. Oh, sorry. I'm still seeing all these questions. Thank you, Jacinda. Hi, Tiffany. Tiffany, what deck did you buy? Nikki says, what tarot did you say had a book with it? What tarot did I say had a book with it? I don't know. Did you mean this? Like, did you mean the Crow Tarot? All right, here we go. It's maple time. All right. Ooh. Are my maple friends ready? Okay, I'm waiting. You have to tell me that you're ready. All right, let's do this. So you've got 3 eminals this morning. You've got the hawk, swan, cow, okay, so you've got the hawk, the cow, and the swan. We're going to talk first about the cow and the swan. Okay. Figure out how to word this. The capacity of your current spiritual transformation is in direct proportion with your ability to receive. Do you get that? It's like as much as you are able to receive is as big as the container for your growth is going to be. You will block your growth by refusing to receive. So if you are locked in a loop or cycle of only giving, 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 and you refuse to receive, you will arrest your development, so to speak. Your container will not continue to grow. You will be stuck in this loop of it's a container that's not growing. You have got to learn to ask and receive, and also understanding that the program of giving is more virtuous than receiving is inaccurate and incredibly energetically incorrect. It's like if you took a mathematical equation, you removed an entire chunk of it, but you said it still equals the same thing. Okay? That's what it is to train people that to give is the only correct way, is the best way. It's missing a key component, and yet you think it should equal something. And I think anyone who is in that space, which is like honestly most women, right? Who are in that space where they have to feel like they're always giving and doing for others, you know that you've never found the tail of that cat, right? You've never found the peace that you should be finding and the reward of always giving, 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 and letting giving be its own reward. I think that's something people say. Like, giving is its own reward. Doing for others is its own reward. Fuck that. That is very, very crazy. It's gaslighting. It is psychologically manipulating. And it is teaching people to take shit from other people. and say that shit is food. Okay. This is a program that's got to stop because it is really insidious. And people get very high and mighty about this one. And we police each other, right? We're like, wow, you need to give more. You need to be more of a giving person. I'm such a good person because I'm always giving, giving, giving. It's like you don't have anything to give. What are you giving? And are you truly giving without any intention of receiving? Or are you giving, not receiving, and then growing resentful? There's so many ways this can go. But basically, the swan and the cow are here to remind you that these things are inextricably linked. If you do not allow yourself to receive, you will arrest your growth. Okay? Then the hawk is here to remind you to look up every once in a while and to see the bigger picture. Yesterday, we had a very incredible insight during channeling from a bird, from a crow, actually. And that insight into what it feels like to actually look down from that vantage point of being a bird flying through the sky, feeling that freedom. Um, it's important to allow yourself a different perspective every once in a while. Get your head out of your ass for a second, and just be like, look, there's a whole wide world and some fresh air to breathe. Okay. So anyway, that's your maple. That's your maple message for this morning. Good morning, Kit. If you're just joining, hi, Arlene. If you are just joining us, make sure, not make sure, why did I even say that? If you're just joining us, we are just getting started. We just did the maple. Your next ones are oak and locust. So you might want to pick from those if you feel like it. The next one is oak. Good morning. Did my OGs receive that email this morning with the replay link? And did that work for you? New system. That's strange. I don't know. I don't know what that's about, Arlene. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you should have an email. But we will iron out the kinks. Don't you worry. It's the soft launch. Okay. This is your it's okay, Yvonne. It's okay. Like I understand that I chose to do this during Mercury retrograde, which means that like Zoom links are going to be fucked up, emails are going to get lost, and there's a whole bunch of other ways to get confused. But what I want you to know is that what I'm moving forward into, that you will see very soon, is that everything can just be found on the website. So if you're like, where is my link? Just go to the web, that kind of thing. So that's my goal. I'm just kind of working out the pathways, but we shall get there. Again, if you were just joining us and you love watching Coffee and Magic, it's almost gone from live streaming on social media. I'm going to be moving it into a private Zoom room moving forward after September. So the first one's going to be the first week of October. It is still free. You just need to sign up for it and register. So that means you need to sign up for my email list so that you get the information in order to do that. So just so you know, because while I do love my 3-ring circus here, it's been amazing. It's time for a change, and that is the shift that's being made. So if you enjoy watching Coffee and Magic, make sure you're on my email list. There's a link in my bio. It's called Magic Notes, and you will get all the information you need to make sure you're signed up to watch the Coffee and Magics that you want to watch. And also cool, in a Zoom room. If you want to show me your face, I'll get to see your face. And that will make me very excited because I do really enjoy it. Okay, let's keep going. It's oak. You ready? Did you see that? It's okay. I'm going to show you right now. Okay. Fear, butterfly, cat. Yes, Sarah does think you're awesome. Okay. Oof. These stories are hitting different today. I gotta tell you. All right. So these two first. You know that you need to set boundaries. You're afraid of setting boundaries because you think the consequence for setting boundaries is loss, or another consequence such as not just loss. It's almost like fear of like possibly being unsafe, fear of being ostracized, being cut out, um, getting in some sort of trouble. This is an old trauma for you. This is like there's a reason that you have this situation happening right now, and it probably goes back really far, where you were taught that you can't set boundaries, because if you do set boundaries, you're going to get in some sort of trouble. There's going to be a consequence that you won't like. And when you're taught that your own personal boundaries are unacceptable and the consequences for having them are worse than trying to have them, in addition, you've probably never been taught what a healthy boundary is or saw them witnessed, in live action. This is a loop that's really hard to get out of, but you're ready to do that. And the reason this is coming through this way, instead of just being like, oh, it's the cat, it's time to set healthy boundaries and take space for yourself, is because it sounds great, right? For me to sit here and tell you, hey, Kat says you need to up your boundaries. It's really easy to say that. Who on earth would even disagree, right? Like, we all agree we need healthy fucking boundaries. We get that. But actually having them in your life in real time with people for whom boundaries don't exist, that's difficult. Okay? And I don't think we need to minimize that. But this is coming through right now because it is a major triumph in the waiting for you. Did you hear what I said? It's a major triumph in the waiting for you. You are going to do this. You are going to move through the fear, set the boundary, and realize that the consequence is delightful. And if you do lose something, please trust it's something that needs to get lost anyway. And that is all I have to say about the oak. I hope that resonated for some of you. Resonated for me. Good morning. Good morning. All right. The last one is locust. Hi, Beth. Ooh, wow. Kid says, I think this one's for me. I have an issue with setting boundaries, had a dream about it last night, and I've been seeing butterflies a lot. Listen, I think most of us have issues setting boundaries. Like, and have you ever met a person who has really good boundaries? Like, I think that we recognize people with good boundaries as being like selfish and unapproachable. and, weird because we like as a society, we just don't set healthy boundaries. We're actually taught that being boundaryless is how you show love to people, like walk all over me. Like you can take all of me. In fact, what's like all of this growth is kind of ruining my favorite songs for me and stuff because um I'll listen to some like I love mushy romantic songs, and like really depressing romantic songs. Um and I'll listen to these songs and all of the romance is about giving every everything you are to another person. Like all I have is for you. All I am is because of you. I give myself to you like with all my heart. Like it's just like a total annihilation of self in service to the idea of love. And it's just really hitting me bad, and, like, it makes me so annoyed because I'm like, "I want this song for me," but it just is the message is wrong. Like, "No, I'm not giving all of myself to you. You can't take everything from me." Like, what is happening here? Like, ooh, so, like, I don't know, I don't know what to do because the music is so important to me, but I'm like, can we stop? Jackie says, yes, my BFF is so good at saying no, and everyone thinks she's so mean. Yeah, exactly. Because if you say to somebody like, no, that's not that's not going to work for me. I'm not really in a place to do that. That's a no for me. They're like, wow, what a bitch. I think we should all strive to be that bitch at this point. Who's like, yeah, I'm just going to say no to that. However, the other thing about that is I respect so much at this point people who do that, even though before it used to really grate me. But now that I understand boundaries better and I actually use them, um, I love it. And here's why. When you can trust that somebody has healthy boundaries, right? That they actually put themselves first, you can also trust your relationship with them because somebody who puts their needs first and addresses their needs, um, if they are there and present with you, there's nowhere else they want to be. You don't have to worry about it, right? When they say, I love you and I want to be here with you and do this thing, you don't have to worry about anything because you know that it's true because knowing who they are and how they operate, if they don't want to be there, they won't be there. They will tell you this will not work for me. And I appreciate that because the nice program is the worst, and even in relationships, like at this point, I used to be fed by that idea of like being worshiped and adored and like having somebody who just like dropped everything to do for me and all of that. I thought that was like the epitome of what it means to like be in love in a relationship. But I realize now that like when I experience that type of energy, it makes me uncomfortable because I'm asking myself, does this person truly want to do these things? Or do they feel like the only reason I'm sticking around is because they're doing this and that they have to turn themselves into knots, or twist themselves into knots in order to like make me happy? And I don't like the feeling of it. Like it's not enjoyable. So I much prefer now to be in relationships all across the board with people who are sovereign, care about themselves first, and can like check all the boxes of their needs because then I don't have to have that feeling of like, ooh, you know so hi Brittany. Okay, so I already said it yesterday, but Brittany just had a baby. She's an equinox baby. Again, I don't know how on earth, Brittany, that you are still doing all the things, but she was on during live channeling. I just want to say congratulations to you again. I hope you enjoyed your sushi last night. No, Lizzo, I've never listened to a mushy love song from Lizzo, and since hers are more like, the fuck out of here. I love myself. Get in line. Oh my God, you're gonna see Lizzo? That's amazing. Yeah. Love me some Lizzo. Lizzo, Queen Herbie. Like there are artists out there that are definitely in the new energy, but I'm talking about like the older songs, like Shania Twain, stuff like that, you know? Whatever. Anyway, this is your locust card pull. How many of you guys chose locust and maple? Did any of you do that? Oh my God. Whew. Jesus Christ. Little drama. Never hurt nobody. Okay. Okay. Anyway, sorry. I just like went somewhere, but I'm back. All right. So anyhow, you might find that you're getting the same message a little bit twice. Okay. So just know that if you did that, then the universe is saying, hello, please pay attention to me. All right. It's the cow again. Risk, serpent. Ooh, excuse me. All right. Now, the maple one, if I'm not mistaken, it was cow and fear, right? Cow and fear. This is cow and risk. So it's going to be the same message a little differently. Okay, are you ready for this? So, whereas before it was as much as you can receive is as big as your container for your spiritual growth is. Okay? They're in direct proportion. That's what we talked about. Do you love how like it was minutes ago, but it's already like almost completely out of my brain? This is how I am with the card pulls. That's how you know it's channeling, guys, because it's like whoop whoop. We can't stay and take up too much of my brain. But basically, thank you, MJ. The CEO is not any of those things. So as much as you are able to receive is as big as the container for your spiritual growth. If you are not able to receive, you will limit your capacity for growth. You'll stay in the same space. Okay. Now, the cow is here with the risk because this is a little bit of a twist for you. Okay. You might feel that if you were to allow yourself to receive, something bad is going to happen to you. Either you're going to be let down, it's not going to be enough, or there's a part of you that feels like you would lose control. And so you'd rather do for yourself than allow for others to do for you, and then feel the disappointment in their mismanagement or inability, or the realization that they don't know you, that they don't know what you need, they don't know what you want. And that's valid. And if you're feeling that way, it's quite honestly probably true. You're probably right. You're probably right that a lot of the people around you, if you were to actually allow them to give to you, would do it terribly. And do you know why? Because they don't know anything about you, really. They have no idea how to take care of you because you've never shown them. You've completely kept them over here and not required their participation in the relationship. So you've created a dynamic where the other person doesn't need to do anything to receive what they want. So why on earth would they go out of their way to figure out how to make you happy? For what? That doesn't make any sense. Nobody does that. Not even you would do that. Okay? So we can't be mad at other people for all the ways in which we haven't told them that we need to be loved. You can't blame other people for that. It's just you just can't. It's not fair. This is risky because you don't want to be disappointed, and you probably will be because this is how it's been set up. However, just because you're going to risk that disappointment doesn't mean you don't need to start doing that, because here's the other thing. If you are surrounded by people who are conditioned only to receive from you and not required to give back, if you are surrounded by people who have no idea who you really are, what you really like, what you really need, you maybe need some new people, right? You need to bring in some new people because this is never going to work out for you. It's always going to be the same story, okay? It's always going to be the same story. And if you enjoy the drama and disappointment of that story, I am not judging you. But if you're ready for a new story, you got to start writing a different story, which means you need to adopt some new behaviors. Okay. And that's where the snake is coming in, bringing you some new information, possibly some deep inner child healing. I know this is a time period where a lot of us have been really receiving some deep lessons from childhood, right? Maybe some realizations of things that you kind of knew, but like didn't see it exactly the way you're seeing now. So that's cool. So allow the new things to come in and take the risk. If you do not do the scary things, then you don't do them and everything can stay exactly the same. And if you complain about it, here's the thing, you're allowed to. You're allowed to make choices that you don't like and then complain about them. But I need you to understand something if you decide to do that. You need to accept and understand that you enjoy complaining. Some people, that is their kink, and we're not here to kink shame. If what you love to do is fuck shit up and complain about it forever and ever, amen, then do so. But don't come at me or anybody else and pretend like you actually want to change things when indeed you do not. You enjoy the drama that you've created. If that is you, just be honest and allow us to step out of the loop of trying to assist you with your drama when all you really want is space held to perform in your drama. That is okay. That's a valid choice. I'm just saying, be honest with yourself. Because at this point in your journey, you are the one making choices. A lot of shit's happened. Life has been a thing. Now you're making choices. Make your choices, own them. It doesn't matter what anybody thinks. It matters what you think and how you are being present to this and honest with yourself. You can be in alignment with yourself, and other people can look at you and say, "Ooh, you're just terrible." Who cares? As long as you're in alignment with yourself and you feel good, you're in alignment with yourself. And I may not agree with you. No one, someone else may be like, "I don't like that about you," but someone else might say, "You know what? This is perfect for me. I love it. I love complaining too. Let's complain together." Great. Find your people. You will find your people who will be in that space with you when you are honest with yourself about the space that you're in. Okay? So that is your locust information for this morning. Don't go anywhere. We got one more card left. This is a collective for your weekend. And we're actually going to do it from the Sacred Earth Oracle. This is one of my new decks. I'm going to shuffle. Oh, excuse me. Now, as I'm shuffling, I'm going to remind you that after September, Coffee and Magic is no longer streaming live. You're going to have to register for it. It is still free, but you have to register for it, and we will be doing it in the Zoom chat. Also, Please sign up for my mailing list because while I'm in a soft launch for all the new things right now, I'll be officially launching very soon. And you will get an email that details all of the things, all of the new offerings, and the next chapter of what's happening here at Sarah Amala. So make sure you are signed up for Magic Notes. There's a link in my bio. You can go to my website, sarahmala.com. You can also find it there. And you can also sign up to win a free sensory card pull with me, which is what we just did, but it would just be for you. Okay. You can sign up to win that on my website as well. How close to the start of a Coffee Magic can we register? Is there a cutoff? I'm going to put, I think, thank you for asking me that. There's probably a default there of like 12 hours or 3 hours or something like that. So for Coffee and Magic, I'm going to see if I can adjust it so it's 0. So you can pretty much sign up right until the start of it. So we'll do that. All right. Collective card pull from this. Thank you. I'm very excited too. Again, you can go to Sarah Amala and check it out. Everything's pretty clear on there right now. It should be there. Maybe a few links are weird, but we're almost there. But always ask me questions. Kaylin's asking, will Coffee and Magic replays be on the website or do you need to sign up? You need to sign up. You need to sign up for the things. And I Coffee and Magic is likely, I'll figure that out. I have some ideas. I don't have a full answer for you on that. I'm still working on a few things, but likely there's going to be a YouTube situation for replays. Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely, Caitlin. All right. Hey, Marcus. All right, you ready, guys? We'll do this one and send you off for your weekend. Ooh, this is pretty. All right, so this one is efficiency. Let's see what it says. All right, so the way that this card deck works is it has an earthly meaning, a spiritual meaning, and an insight. I'm going to read you all three, and then we're toodalooing, okay? Earthly meaning, unnecessary or fruitless struggle. A fresh approach to an old problem brings a surprising reward. Free up funds, time, and energy by tweaking your budget, schedule, or routine. Look for ways to do more with less. A minor adjustment in attitude or methodology can make a massive difference. A creative breakthrough is imminent. Spiritual meaning. Imagination can be your greatest asset if you value and nurture it. This requires some daydreaming, playfulness, and lightheartedness. Let your imagination guide you to new ways of seeing and being in the world around you. The resources you need are all around you, so take the mundane and make it transform your world into something magical, just like normalizing magic. Insight. The very earliest forms of life, photosynthetic bacteria, were purple. Imagine a purple world. They synthesized near infrared light into sulfur. Oxygen producing green algae that absorbed visible light didn't make an appearance until nearly 2.6 billion years later. But once green was on the scene, there was no going back. Green algae utilized sunlight far better than its predecessors, red and brown. It wasn't long before the first terrestrial plants took green beyond the oceans, and in relatively no time at all, the great land masses were blanketed by moss ferns, grasses, trees, and cacti. The secret to green success was efficiency. The sunlight was always there in plentiful supply, just waiting to be turned into fresh, abundant, new growth. All right, my loves. Well, I hope that you have an amazing weekend. Thank you for joining me here today. Again, make sure that you check out the link in my bio to make sure you are signed up for my email list. Next week is the last week of catching Coffee and Magic streaming live on these social media platforms. So I'll be here Monday at 8:30 a.m. See you next at that time. Again, have an amazing weekend. Enjoy this sweater weather if you're in a place where you get to have it. And I love you. Thank you for being here. Mwah, mwah, mwah.